The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has delayed a series of public hearings related to the environmental review of SpaceX's proposal to increase Starship launches from its South Texas facility. On August 12th, the FAA announced the cancellation of public hearings that were planned for two communities close to SpaceX's Starbase in Boca Chica, Texas, as well as an online meeting. These hearings were meant to gather public input on a draft environmental assessment prepared by the FAA for the proposed increase in Starship launches from the site, and another two on August 15th in Port Isabel, Texas, both of which are near Starbase. Additionally, a virtual public meeting set for August 20th has also been canceled. The FAA stated that these meetings will be rescheduled, though no specific dates were provided. Initially, the FAA did not provide a reason for the postponement. Later on, August 12th, in response to an inquiry from Space News, the agency explained that it is waiting for additional information from SpaceX before rescheduling the public hearings. In July, the FAA released a draft, tiered environmental assessment for Starship launches from Boca Chica. This report updates a 2022 assessment, which previously evaluated the environmental impact of 5 Starship Super Heavy launches and landings per year. The new assessment considers increasing that number to 25 annually, along with other enhancements to the vehicle, such as higher thrust capabilities. The report does not offer any recommendations regarding whether to approve the increase in launches or suggest specific environmental mitigation measures. Previous studies did not find significant environmental impacts, though the 2022 assessment required SpaceX to implement several minor mitigations to proceed with launches. The FAA's announcement of the postponed hearings coincided with an August 12th report by CNBC, which claimed that SpaceX had been discharging industrial wastewater at Starbase without the necessary permit. These discharges were linked to the deluge system installed on the Starship launch pad after the first flight in April 2023 caused substantial damage to the pad. According to the report, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, TCEQ, recently issued a notice of violation to SpaceX regarding the wastewater discharges. This followed a similar notice from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in March, just before the third Starship Super Heavy test flight. In response, SpaceX criticized the CNBC report, calling it factually inaccurate in a detailed social media post. The company explained that TCEQ personnel had observed tests of the deluge system, which is covered by the Texas Multi-Sector General Permit. SpaceX added that it has applied for an individual permit for the deluge system following discussions with the EPA after its notice of violation. SpaceX also mentioned that during its ongoing coordination with both TCEQ and the EPA, it had asked whether the deluge system's operation needed to be halted, and both agencies confirmed that operations could continue. The CNBC article also noted that SpaceX's permit application to Texas regulators revealed that mercury levels at one outfall location were over 50 times the state's limit for acute aquatic toxicity. However, SpaceX claimed in its post that all samples to date have shown either no detectable levels of mercury whatsoever, or in a few cases, levels significantly below the EPA's limit for drinking water. It remains unclear how this situation will affect SpaceX's plans for the next Starship Super Heavy test flight, the 5th for the vehicle. On August 8th, the company stated that both the booster and Starship upper stage are ready to fly, pending regulatory approval. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk mentioned on social media on August 10th that the next Starship launch could occur in about 3 weeks. However, on July 5th, Musk had stated that the launch would take place in 4 weeks.
SpaceX has recently confirmed that its latest Starship megarocket is prepared for its upcoming test flight. The company has conducted thorough checks to ensure readiness. Starship, known as the largest and most powerful rocket ever created, is made up of 2 fully reusable components, a massive first stage called Super Heavy and an upper stage spacecraft known as Starship, or simply Ship. SpaceX has already flown a fully assembled Starship 4 times, but they aim to increase that number soon. Flight 5, Starship and Super Heavy are set to launch, awaiting regulatory approval. SpaceX announced on X on Thursday afternoon, August 8. While waiting for the green light, additional tests for the booster catch and Flight 6 vehicle are planned. This regulatory approval is likely expected from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, which grants launch licenses for flights from American soil. Regarding the second part of SpaceX's post, the company plans to catch the returning Super Heavy during the Flight 5 mission using the chopstick arms of the launch tower at its Starbase facility in South Texas. This will be a first for SpaceX, as they have never attempted such a maneuver before. In the first 4 test flights of Starship, which occurred in April 2023, November 2023, and March and June of this year, SpaceX aimed to land Super Heavy in the Gulf of Mexico. The June flight successfully achieved this goal, with both stages of Starship landing intact. The upper stage of Starship also survived re-entry and landed in the Indian Ocean, marking a significant milestone. SpaceX has already conducted engine tests on both stages of the Flight 5 vehicle. On July 15th, all 33 Raptor engines of Super Heavy were tested, followed by the testing of ship's 6 Raptors on July 26th. These engine tests, known as static fires, are a routine part of rocket pre-launch preparations. SpaceX envisioned Starship as a game-changing vehicle that could make the settlement of the Moon and Mars economically viable for the first time.